I was very happy to get a new set of these alcohol markers that my daughter asked me to get, and of course we're going to share it, inshallah. So, yeah, so it's the alcohol markers are great because you're going to be working with several different kinds of colors, and when you layer the different colors together, you can get some really nice effects. So, you want to add maybe some other colors, and of course, like with any marker, the darker you color, the deeper the color gets. And I'm doing like kind of like a Renaissance type of Baroque thing where I'm leaving the white parts and not coloring them so I can get that bright white color. And here's where some research is involved. Sometimes when you're doing a piece of art, then some people don't realize that when you do artwork for a specific purpose, and you want to do a little bit of research. So this is an olive tree. So we don't have olive tree. Well, I've never seen an olive tree, myself. Maybe somebody grows them in Canada, but I haven't seen them. So I had to see what kind of leaves an olive tree has. So this is basically the shape. I didn't want to, I wanted to be a little bit, picky about that and actually research what olive tree leaves look like. So that's why I'm being very careful about that part. And the cool thing about the alcohol markers is that you can color right over sometimes another color, and it's not actually going to change the color of it. That's, you start off with the dark colors. That makes more sense. And so we got a little bit of detail here for the hands, and I'm just adding like a really bright color, totally contrasting with the other colors that are on the artwork, just to kind of color in there. And I like kind of playing with these markers to add shading by adding extra layers. That's what's cool about the alcohol markers. If the ink is still slightly wet, then you can kind of enter that color into the picture and really make it pop. Alhamdulillah, it's really fun to kind of play around with these markers and see the kinds of effects that you can have. So, that sometimes there's a little detail. If you have an image that's closer, you want to add a little bit of detail to it to make it slightly different. Again, another little pop of color on the foot there. And, I did a sketch beforehand. I realized that erasing it with a normal eraser doesn't really work. So that was a little frustrating. I got all these little pencil lines and trying to get rid of that. I'm going to go over that with a much better eraser later on. Hopefully I can get rid of some of those lines because that doesn't look so great. So to really bring the figure into the foreground, I like to outline with black. It's not like a realistic image, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really change like the realism of it, and this way it really focuses you on the central character. The colors should help with that, but also just added detail and like sharpening up the lines. I wanted to do like a lighter shade around the stars here to show the glow of the star, but I thought I'll just fill in with the black, so I'm just going back around there and leaving some of the white to kind of give that kind of sparkle or twinkle effect. You can let me know how that looks. At first I was going to leave the white open in the ocean and the water there, but then I realized that maybe I want to go over that with a different color because I think that actually looks pretty good. And here you have the final piece. I'm inspired by the strength and the resilience of my brothers and sisters in Palestine, and so I made this artwork to demonstrate my love for them and to show, further generations are just going to be stronger and stronger, and you cannot extinguish these people. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allah has given them a special strength, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect them and preserve them and help them by any way He likes. Ameen.